Yeah, as you can see, my studio is beginning to shape up. It's going to be a brand new look on where I'm going to be sitting, and you can see the posters in the backdrop. It's going to be cool. So, got a couple more left. As of right now, I don't see any posters related to this, but I'm sure if I get one, I'm going to get one instantly. But as of right now. And speaking of this team, we haven't done a Sharks video in a bit. Like, I would say a couple of months, maybe even a month or so, almost 2 months. We are heading towards college football season. And because I'm speaking briefly of college, this is where we talk about rugby. This is a collegiate MLR collegiate draft 2024. And the Sharks had 2 picks in this draft, and we're going to briefly go over this, and we're going to briefly go over this and talk about what their positions and what my thoughts and opinions are. Let's just say both these players came out of the same college, Lindenwood University, which is in St. Charles, Missouri. They are the Lions. So I think that is more of a subdivision school. But either way, that rugby team is great enough where the scouts of any Major League Rugby team is looking at Lindenwood University. And we got 2 players from Lindenwood University, the Lions. First is, if I butcher these names, I do apologize. Calvin Eyrig. If I pronounce it wrong, I horribly apologize. Oakland, California native. His position is the back row, which is more of a defense. And learning about rugby now, I think this is more of a defensive position. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm still learning rugby, but that's what I think. This is more of a defensive, trying to guard towards the try line. When I'm looking at the highlights from him, he can make tackles. He can make tackles that are absolutely needed to stop the run game and to stop any offensive side of coming through. Eyrig is capable of doing that. He is absolutely capable of producing some damage in regarding to the other offensive side. I should point out, I did try to look at his stats or bio. The Lindenwood site, the athletic site, would not provide that for me, so I don't know how many points he scored or anything like that. So I'm not totally sure. But even then, he is still a more of a defensive player. So I think it's a good pickup, and this is Miami Sharks' 3rd overall pick of the draft. The first 2 was Anthem, and one of them was a trade towards Los Angeles. So Miami gets the 3rd pick. Now the next pick, which would be the last pick, which this is why I said the video won't take too long. It's all the way to the third round. It is that we are in the 3rd round as well. We don't have a 2nd round. I wish we had a 2nd round. But with the 3rd pick, in round 3, 3rd pick in the college draft of Major League Rugby, in the 3rd round, Miami Sharks also selects Lautaro Soto Ansai. If I butcher these names, I do apologize. He's a junior from this college, and also a native from Philadelphia. Lautaro is center, which is, I believe, also a more of a defensive position, who can guard the center of the field when we need him most. And looking at him, he can also make pretty good plays as well, as what we definitely need most, especially in the defensive side. And one of the struggles with the Miami Sharks is the inability to try to stop the run, especially if it's towards the outer edge. But with the back row position and getting a big guy in the center position, I think this is also a good pickup for the Sharks. And he's a junior too, and so he's pretty young player. I'm excited to see how these players shine, and those 2 players are going to instantly click because they both went to the same university, and I could imagine even in the professional level they're going to have instant charisma, chemistry, especially if you're playing on the real professional league, such as Major League Rugby. So Miami Sharks got some good defensive players, and if I get the positions wrong, please let me know. I'm still learning rugby. But either way, hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe for more content, because Miami TV guys are back. And what he does, he'll be right there with the fear entertainment you deserve. This is Miami TV sign off, folks. Adios.